Holler and a Swaller, a chug of ballpark brew, presented by the Hitter Sports.
And so we are excited to welcome for the very first time on Let's Get To's Holler and a Swaller segment. We have a guest. We're bringing on Brad Quello, who does the Twitter account Ballparks and Beer FC. And it's a lot of fun because honestly, Brad, I don't know about you, but I think people are craving a beer at a ballpark now more than maybe ever.
It's fantastic to see some of these photos of people at some of the spring training games with beer. I think we're getting close. Again, trends are looking good. People can now get to some of the ballparks. It's going to be a great time.
So talk to me a little bit about yourself and the Twitter account and why this sort of decision to really focus on baseball and ballparks through that lens, that amber-colored lens, if you will.
As I like to call it, the Twitter account is celebrating the crossroads of baseball and beer, and why I kind of did it. I've been on Twitter for a while, just on my personal account, never tweeted, and so a couple years ago, let me do a little bit more. I've been going on baseball road trips with my buddies. We've been going straight since 2004.
Oh, wow!
There's a lot of experience just going to different ballparks, seeing everything. Again, the group of guys I go with, we all have common like for beer. So usually that's intermingled within our trips. And so really wanted to kind of help better engage. I always enjoyed Twitter. There's a lot of good information. Again, is there people that know more about ballparks than I do? Absolutely. Are there people that know more about beer? Absolutely. I'm like, well, how can I kind of fit my spot within the world? Like, well, let's just put the two together. And what I've actually found, it's just a great way to interact meet people that have similar likes, similar needs. Seeing some of these people that have, upcoming road trips, makes you get excited about what the possibilities are, think about what you can do within that. And then it helps from the beer side, just what are other people drinking, other breweries. I think that's helped kind of set some of the things we've looked at from the travel. Again, you can Google a lot of just beers and breweries, but trying to get that firsthand experience from those out there. You just throw something out there and hope you get some good input.
One of the things that I was thinking about, partly while you were just talking, is how it's changed from when I was, a kid to a young man, where I would go to Astrodome or go to Minute Maid Park, and it would be some Budweiser product. The idea of obviously craft beer is even relatively new as far as how ubiquitous it is. How cool is it, or how important is it to be able to get some local flavor in a ballpark other than just getting, a Bud Light or a Budweiser, but getting to get a Carbach if you're down here in Texas?
I think it's huge, especially for some of the ballpark enthusiasts that will want to have a little different experience, even for your traditional everyday baseball fan. Just get a little bit of flavor, especially that local flavor, regardless if you're someone traveling to a ballpark. If it's your home team, just to get that experience and some flavor. Again, some people they like the big brew beers. I like to try something local, and what we'll hit here in a little bit is example I have is CHS Field. So one of the newest AAA affiliates with the St. Paul Saints. I like it. They have their craft brew corner. So out in left field, they have just one spot go for everything. It's like 15 different local breweries on tap. Just makes it super convenient for the guests, and particularly too when we're out on our road trips. That's one of the first things we do is we do a little tour around the bar park, try to get that feel of what is our food options, what's our beer options, and just kind of get that sense, and trying to get what are we going to go try.
Before we do get into the one, and I love that they're so organized about it, because sometimes it's like pulling teeth to even find a local beer at a ballpark. But I mean, do you sometimes look down at a ballpark if you roll up and you can have your choice between, Coors or Budweiser? I mean, does it kind of color your impression of the park?
I think it puts a slight negative. I haven't ever quite finalized a ranking system for that, and I don't know. Tough to kind of go back with some of these, but it definitely better experience, or at least better, especially from the Twitter side now, to actually get that engagement from local breweries.
That's a great point.
So I think it creates a little more buzz out there than your Buds and Millers of the world.
So tell me about CHS Park. I know you wanted to talk a little bit about a beer you found there.
One I'm going to talk about is from Tin Whiskers. If you ever get a chance to come in here to St. Paul, again, it's a great. First of all, it's a great ballpark. Regardless that it was in the Independence before, it was a minor league equivalent to some of the best ballparks out there. And the one I want to highlight today is from Tin Whiskers. They're a nice just half-mile walk from CHS Field. So if you have an opportunity to hit the game, you can just walk right over to Tin Whiskers to do that. So again, that's just nice, super convenient. So that was my connection for today.
Yeah, and it's funny is one of the co-hosts of the show, Andrew Nelson, who is our Raiders of Lost Diamond segment, is excited to be he's a St. Paul Saints season ticket holder, I think for the first time ever. So he will definitely try out the Tin Whiskers. Now, before you go, I do have a beer to show off to you because it would not be Holler and a Swaller if I didn't awkwardly drink a beer on camera. And so I've got from the Clown Shoes Brewery, it's a Space Cake Double IPA. And I definitely felt like a brewery named Clown Shoes, you have to toast Rob Manfred, because is there anyone more clown shoesy in baseball than that individual? So it's their Space Cake Double IPA. We're gonna ASMR. That is a very IPA. It's delicious. It's like, are you an IPA guy, Brad? Or what's your sort of your poison?
I'm getting more into IPAs. My buddies are more into that. So I'm a little more in that mildness from the bitterness side. But yeah, I get my selection here for the day is going to be the Tin Whiskers Skatebot.
What a great can! Is that basically the Iron Giant?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
The Tin Whiskers actually was founded in 2014 by a bunch of former electrical engineers, and so they have this combination of putting the kind of that science of brewing with kind of the art of brewing. And this is one of the limited series ones that they had. The skate, again, doing some reading on it, was after a remake of a skateboarding video game, which it looks like be Tony Hawk from what I was looking at. So yeah, IPA here. This one has a little bit, not too much. Again, 37 IBUs, International Bitter Units. I don't know if any of your people out there also are on Untapped. I like to do that to track my beers, get some of the scales of what they're. This one's 3.75, so not too bad. Let me just crack this one open.
Yeah.
And Jim, just for you, I do have my it might be tough to see. I do have my Carbach glass.
Oh, great.
We can use that as a story for another day.
Yeah. And then we can do, as so many people have done, we can toast on a Zoom call.
Yes. Appreciate that. Excellent.
Holler and a Swaller, baby.
Holler and a Swaller to you.